Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for another one of my game reviews. This time we'll be visiting Hell Let Loose, a World War II realistic shooter focused on large-scale battles and teamwork. I'll cover some of the game's best features, where it could be improved, and more importantly, whether I personally think it's going to be worth the buy. If you do find the video useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one, and like the video. It really does help. So Hell Let Loose is available on Steam for $24.99 in British pounds, or $29.99 in US dollars, but there's often 25% discounts and free weekends too. In fact, not long before this video goes up on YouTube, there was actually a free weekend on Steam spanning a few days, which is a great chance to try the game before you commit to a purchase. The very first thing I'll say about Hell Let Loose is that your experience can be completely determined by who you're playing with, so don't judge too quickly if you have a couple of games with the wrong people. Sometimes you're going to get squads that are completely silent and all run off doing their own thing, which isn't particularly good for your experience as a new player. But other times you'll get squad leaders that are happy to teach new players and really keep the squad together, and those are the games that veteran players keep coming back for. There are two main game modes currently in Hell Let Loose: Offensive and Warfare. In Offensive, one team will defend the front line and one team will attack. If attackers capture the front line, defenders will need to fall back and either fend off the attackers long enough to win the match, or continue to lose sectors until the attackers win the match. In Warfare, teams will start with equal ground and need to contest these sectors. Whoever holds the most at the end of the game will win. There are some really cool maps in Hell Let Loose with stunning graphics to back it up. Perhaps the most iconic map of the current 9 maps is Omaha Beach, which is fantastic on Offensive. Americans must take a beach landing and push forward against the established German defensive, making it an immersive bloodbath that puts you on the edge of your seat throughout. When it comes to graphics, that's not all Hell Let Loose has to offer, however. Watching tanks square off against each other, or seeing a bombing run across contested ground really shows what the game has to offer in pure graphical quality. Aside from the graphics, there's some neat progressional items to keep you playing as well. As you level up, you'll gain new cosmetic items, and as you level up specific roles, like the machine gunner or assault classes, you'll unlock new weapons for them to use as well. You can customize every role individually to look completely different with enough time put into the game, which is a nice touch that similar large-scale shooters like Squad and Postscriptum often miss out on. Whether you're a fan of infantry gameplay or vehicles, there is a plethora of roles for you to play in Hell Let Loose. That might mean running a 2-man recon unit with a sniper and a spotter, laying down copious amounts of suppressing fire with the machine gunner, or crewing a Sherman with 2 of your friends. Either way, there's a role for everyone, and they're all incredibly important to the game in one way or another. Now, let's look at where Hell Let Loose might be able to improve. For me, one of the biggest things that Hell Let Loose lacks is more game modes. We've only got 2 at the moment, which is supplemented by quite a lot of different maps, but I have to admit, after a few hours, I'm feeling a bit of a craving for something different. Now, we do have a positive sign here for the future, because according to the wiki, there's 2 more planned game modes: Invasion and Campaign. How those may look is up for debate, but a good sign at least going forward. So my next small gripe with Hell Let Loose is actually the queue system for servers of all things. And in most games of this type, you'll simply go into a queue for a full server and wait to join, right? Well, in Hell Let Loose there are VIP slots, so you can have about 94 players in a server, and it's actually full, which won't show like that on the server list because of those 6 remaining slots that are just for VIPs. Now, that wouldn't be too much of an issue except for the fact that you can only queue to a maximum of 6 people. So not only do you not really know if a server is full or not, but quite often you'll get kicked back to the server list because the queue is full, even though the server doesn't actually appear full. I don't really know the reason behind the queue being this small, but it's a really frustrating experience trying to join a server due to this feature, and it seems like something that could just be easily rectified. One thing that I did want to mention before I come to my final verdict: remember that Hell Let Loose is a large-scale, realistic shooter, so if you're into more casual shooters or something relatively fast-paced, this might not be for you. You die a lot, and you often don't know where it's come from. but it's also an incredibly rewarding experience during those fights where you hold your ground against overwhelming odds, make a comeback in the late stages of the game, or just have a squad that gels well together. Hell Let Loose isn't for everyone, but for me, as a person that loves realism, immersion, and more thoughtful gameplay, this game is absolutely worth a buy. If you do decide you'd like to give it a try and it's not on a free weekend right now when you're watching this video, you can pick it up on my Nexus store at nexus.gg/thepond for the same price as Steam. I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and if there's any games you'd like me to review in the future, go ahead and drop a suggestion in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.